Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you my automatic iron, carrot, and zombie villager farm. Here it is right here. No, I'm just joking, this is just the concept where I laid out the system, so the idea is pretty basic. Zombie villagers breed, produce a baby, baby comes down here, grows up, triggers, gets hit by a minecart, comes over here, gets bit, then smacked by a weakness arrow for your curing convenience. Again, these are just all the basic systems I knew I would need laid out, and eventually this is what it turned into. So the whole meat and potatoes of the build is very simple. It's just your simple four farming villager breeding pod with the 4 farming villagers in their squares and the 2 villagers in the middle surrounded by beds. Let's go ahead and make this day. As you can see, they are surrounded by trapdoors covered in carpets, so the only place they can go is back on that fence post. Right now I have this locked because I'm in testing phase. There is a master lock here, just in case you don't want the system to get clogged up. So basically, they create the baby villager gets sucked down here and waits behind this log and a piston. In a perfect world, there is already a baby zombie villager, or a baby villager down here, and when he grows up, he triggers a tripwire, which picks him up in a minecart. He gets attacked by our friend Kisahomie, and comes over his way, triggers the tripwire, which sets the course there, triggers another tripwire, which sets the course back into the lava, or refuse bin as I call it. And here he is, all weakened up and ready for a golden apple at your convenience, and when he's cured, go ahead and send him on his way. Yeah, so that's the basics of it, but what if you're AFK at the system and you don't want this thing getting clogged? So throw another one in, he's going to get picked up, and he's going to get turned. It takes a bit of time. Don't yell at me. It takes a bit of time. Again, he's all up and weakened for your curing convenience, but let's just say another one peeks through the cracks and comes through. And in another world, he would smack this guy and just bounce and kind of float around this area here, but since this guy's setting this tripwire up, it sets a master lock, which means that this track cannot be switched and everything will go to that refuse bin, or the lava. And again, once you send this button, you send him on his way, and it all works perfectly again. Right here is our master lock, so when you're not going to be here and you don't want this to get clogged with a whole bunch of baby zombie villagers, hit that switch down, and it'll prevent this from being activated, which keeps that down. So if there is a zombie villager here, he will be allowed to freely fall and do his thing, but no more will clog the system. And then down here is a half slab for you to manually unclog the system. Manually unclog the system, yep. That's pretty much it, everybody. So it works very simply. Well, kind of. You basically, villagers come in here, they wait. Once one gets in, you can, if you have none in the system, you can trigger this automatically to let one in. And that's on a bit of a delay so they don't just get crushed. Again, once they grow up, they go, but if they didn't grow and it did, or they grew and it didn't trigger it, again, manual release. So they come down here, that hits a pressure plate, which triggers this dispenser, which sends them up there, and there's a little minecart trick you can do. As you can see, the way I set this up is before that pressure plate I had a rail there, which made that go up, but when you break the rail it stays up because Minecraft logic, and that's connected to that. They go up, which hits that detector plate. That detector plate starts setting up this timer. This timer goes to this powered rail, but the power rail stops them right in front of Kisahomie. Kisahomie then has enough time to turn them before the timer hits the power rail, sends it on through. They hit this tripwire hook. If they didn't get turned, they don't hit that tripwire hook, and this track doesn't switch, so the minecart just goes straight in there. But if they did hit the tripwire hook, that switches, as you can see. When they come up here, hit this detector rail, which sets off this. Again, it's time to drop her to hit them with a weakness arrow, and then send them on their way. They come up here, hit another tripwire hook, which puts it back in the default trash position. And then lock, which does not allow any more fiddling with that, as you can see. So that's pretty much it, everybody. The iron we get, again, is a passive iron golem farm. A fence posts or walls on the side to prevent them from wall spawning. Very basic, and a ton of hoppers, sadly. But that all gets filtered down, and as you can see, just from building it, you're not going to go without iron. Again, passive carrot farm. And when you start noticing that your chest is running low, crafting table here, make it iron, blah 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 blah. Golden apples, and to refill your weakness arrows. So the crux on this design is that you do have a fletching villager with weakness arrows so that you can keep a stock up, but after you get this up and running, it is very, very self-sufficient. The only thing you need to do is stock up on golden apples, minecarts once in a while, and weakness arrows again once in a while. Other than that, there it is. Enjoy your auto zombie villager iron carrot farm. Ta-da!